Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Llewellyn TV. I'm going to do a video today on installing a Jimi throttle bracket on a Mk1 MR2. I had a look online and actually I can't see, maybe someone can post a link if they know where there is one, but I can't see a fitting guide to one. So I've bought this bracket from Neil Jones. No instructions, which is fine, and I can't see any instructions on the internet, so thought maybe if I figure it out here and post it as a video, maybe it will help you guys out. So I'm just having a look, and it seems like basically I unbolt the throttle, that's loose. It's not good, is it? I unbolt the current throttle linkage setup, whatever you'd call it, bolt here and a bolt there and one down there. Looks like they're all 10mm bolts, I'm guessing. And I think this cam comes off, and I think all we're going to do is take this off and basically hook it around. I could be wrong, I'm making this up as I go along. Hook it around here, so that mounts, obviously that mounts like this, and I'm guessing that's all we need to do. So I'm going to take this bracket off and see where we go from there. Right, so I've undone the 3 bolts. It's actually 10, 10 and 12. So you need a 12mm socket and a 10mm socket. This should just lift out. I think we've got to just pop this arm off this ball joint. So you just pull this collar back and pop the ball joint, and then the throttle bracket is free. So now we need to take the throttle cable off, I'm guessing, which comes off like that. Looks like I need a 12mm socket. So now throttle cable is free from the bracket. You can move the bracket out of the way. Now we've got a bit more space. Let's see what's going on here. So I've got to disconnect this little plate here so that we can put the Jimi bracket in position. Obviously we're going to have to mess around with this linkage and get this arm off and out of the way. So let's do that now and then see where we go from there. So looking at this in a bit more detail now we've cleared some space, I think the throttle cable sits on there and hooks around the back, moving the throttle butterfly, the air intake open and closed. And I think all we need to do is basically mount the Jimi bracket like this, feed the cable through the back end, connect it to this cam, and then set the cable tension, and that should be it. So I'm going to do that now and give it a try and see how the throttle feels. So on closer inspection, I'm not actually happy about the way the end of the throttle cable is sitting against here on this bracket. So I'm going to take it into the garage and I'm just going to file a little profile on there to try and get the cable to sit there and hopefully not potentially slip off, which I fear may happen if I just leave it as it is. Okay, so I've not gone crazy. I've just filed a bit of a recess there for the throttle cable to sit in, because I think otherwise there's a chance it might slip out. Hopefully that will do the job. The way that I did it, if it helps, is I just clamped it to a bench, and then I got a HSS drill bit and sort of made the shape using a drill bit, sort of running the side of the drill bit up and down the edge of the bracket, and then just finished it off with a file just to sort of tidy it up. But I think hopefully that should do the job. So let's get it fitted and see how we get on. I wouldn't go too crazy with the torque on this. I'm going to put the phone down because I can't film and tighten that up. So nearly there now. Bracket's on. I've put the throttle cable in the... I'm not particularly happy about the way that it routes around this air intake thing. You can see the cable's here. It's a little bit... I don't know, it irritates me the way it's putting pressure on that joint there, so I'll have to see what I can do about that. But bracket's on, and all I should need to do now is hook the cable over that. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. And then I just need to set the tension. So we want to set the tension so that the cable is just slightly under tension when the bracket's at its lowest position. The cam, should I say. So I'm just going to wind this out. And it looks to me like I'm going to have to wind the cable right out to get it to be where it needs to be. I'm a bit funny about aftermarket stuff not performing as well as factory stuff. I know there's probably a reason why Toyota came up with that complex bracket design. Even though it looks a bit annoying, it's probably done like that for a reason. So if this pisses me off, it's coming straight off. But for now, I think, other than tightening the cable tension back up, I think that's done. So I'm going to start the car and see how the accelerator pedal feels, and just make sure I've not got a high idle or something like that. It definitely looks better. So thanks for watching the video. I just thought I'd stop here and talk about a few points to mention. I was hoping to finish me filming it and show a picture of the car running and the correct tension of the cable and so on. But the truth is, I wasn't happy with the way that the throttle cable was pushing against the air intake. It just didn't look right, and it meant that the tension on the cable was a bit too tight. I don't know if you could see it on the video, but where the cable goes into the tensioner, it was sort of pushing over and wasn't good. So I ended up just taking the bracket off and fitting the standard one back on. If anyone wants to buy that bracket off me, you're more than welcome to have it. I think the reason that it didn't work was because my car's a Mk1 A, the air intake design is different to the Mk1 Bs, with the air filter being in the engine bay rather than in the boot. And I just think that the air duct gets in the way of the cable, and without spending ages messing around trying to reroute it, which I couldn't really be bothered to do, it was easier just to take it off. So that's what I did. But I thought I'd post the video anyway, and hopefully the guide will be useful. Let me know what you think in the comments, and subscribe and keep watching, and I'm going to post loads of how-to videos over the next. If you do want to see more videos of me working on the MR2 and doing simple jobs, press subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming soon. I've got a thermostat change, oil change, and alternator belt replacement, and then there'll be plenty more, but they're the next 3 that are in the pipeline. Thanks for watching.